Good evening, everybody. It is the witching hour once more. It is Thursday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're on the Eastern Seaboard, so it's 8 o'clock p.m. and it's time for Treasure Tales. We got a really good show for you tonight. I'm pretty excited about it, and I think y'all are going to really enjoy it. Let's go ahead and let's look and see who's in the chat and see if we can say hello to a few people. Let's see. Let me scroll up. Let's scroll up. Well, Teresa the Treasure Hunter's here. I hope so, being as how she's a co-host tonight. I hope she's here, eh? And let's see. Sodbusters Metal Detecting. Hello, how are you? Glad you joined us tonight. And we have Mainly Dirt Fishing. You were early, but you are valued, and I'm glad you're here. And there's more Sodbusters. Joe 4077. Hey, Joe, glad you joined us tonight. And let's see. Swamp Rat Nation. Glad that you were able to join us tonight. I hope you enjoy the show tonight. And let's see. Metal Sharks. That must be the J-Man. And you guys are going to get to meet the J-Man up close and personal here soon. He'll be on Treasure Tales. So y'all look forward to that. That's going to be another good show. And let's see who else we got here. Pink Power Alley Treasure Hunter Detectorist. Allie, I love you, girlfriend. You are awesome, and you are going to be on here next week. Pink Power Alley is going to be on Treasure Tales next week, so y'all tune in. Make sure that you're here to see a superb individual and a magnificent detectorist. Let's see who else is here. Hollywood Joe De Niro. Hey, Hollywood Joe, how are you? Glad you're here tonight. Charles Broussard, how's everything out in Texas, Charles? Hope it was warmer there today than it was here. Okay, Mainly Dirt Fishing. Nice to see you. Let's see who else is in the chat. These people were mostly here early. Let's keep scrolling. Clark's Cove Detecting. Hey, Clark's Cove Detecting, and you will get to meet them up close and personal very soon. They're going to be on Treasure Tales. Just booked them today, as a matter of fact. And we got kind of still scrolling. Andrew T. Andrew, glad to meet you. Glad you're here tonight. And let's see. Pacific Northwest Dirt Fishing, two of my faves. You're going to get to see them too, because they're going to be co-hosting next week. Ronnie and Tiffany, and you're in for a big treat with them. You've seen them a couple weeks ago, I think. They're going to step in and do a little co-hosting with me. So we're definitely looking forward to that, as you should be. Jerry Purdy, good evening to you, my friend. Glad that you are here. And Tom Becker, how's everything in Ohio, Tom? It's probably pretty cold and snowy up there. Finding Alabama, Jeremy. How you doing, Jeremy? And there's my brother from another mother, the Guru, Phil Myers, the Guru. And we're going to do something really special in April 7th, as a matter of fact. We titled that show Treasure Central, and it's all going to be, now I won't be in Tampa at that time, but we're going to be live at Myers Metal Detectors, and we're going to cover pretty much the whole hour show is going to be live from Myers Metal Detectors. We're going to cover all different kinds of treasure hunting, the equipment that Phil has in stock for this. We're just going to talk treasure, equipment, and everything, because if you want to know anything or you need anything, that's where you need to go. So April 7th, that's going to be good. And we got Grammar Time is in the house. And JBP hobbyist Janine Patterson. Hey Janine, how are you? Glad you stopped by. Mr. Diggs, always glad for clad. We're always glad for clad. We're always glad we can find anything except a pull tab. And Metal Detecting Brooklyn, glad to see you tonight. Let's see who else is in here. Let's kind of scroll a little faster here. I think we just my brother from another mother, the Mumbles man, TJ Naylor. Uh, just I love him. He's my brother from another mother. What can I tell you? You'll get to meet him soon when we do our XP Deus 2 show. And I think I already said to be mainly dirt fishing. Glad to see you. And treasure hunting with Swifty. Hey, Swifty, I hate to bring it up again, man, but you know what I'm going to say. Cupcakes, dude. Let's see. I think we about got it covered here. Metal Detector with Randy. Hey, Randy, how are you? Glad that you're here. Mark Fiorella. Hey, Mark, how's everything up there in the frozen? Oh, you're down in Venice. Ha, ha, ha. You've been on the beach or someplace, hadn't you, buddy? Joe Vizzi, he's another good one. He's a great guy. You're going to meet him and when we do the Myers Metal Detectors Treasure Central. It's going to be awesome. Let's see who else is here. Kind of scrolling. D. O'Brien, glad to see you, D. Haven't seen you for a while. We're glad that you joined us tonight. You are so welcome here. And Kathy O'Sullivan, hi Kathy, how are you? Glad that you joined us tonight. PA Relic Hunters, we're glad that you're here tonight. And let's see. I've got a lot of new people in the house tonight, and I'm always so glad to see them. Here's my sister from another mister is Digging Canuck, Liz Cabral, and she's coming up on Treasure Talk. It's going to be a killer show in January 24th, and then she does co-hosting here with me on Treasure Tales as well. So you can't beat that. And let's see. Robert Ridgway. Hello, Robert. How are you? Glad that you are here tonight. We're getting there at the bottom of this chat, I think. The 717 Detector. Nice for you to be here tonight, and we appreciate you tuning in. Glad that you joined us. I think we about got it done here. I just want to be sure, don't want to leave anybody out. And it's very possible that I will because, I'm old. Jersey Ray. Hey, Rachel. Nice to see you, Rachel. She's coming up on Treasure Talk too in February. Her and Cricket, Mermaid Treasure Hunter. That's going to be another one. Great show. Y'all need to tune in. Set your calendars. Go on the Treasure Talk Facebook page. Look in the events and mark it down so you won't be late. Treasure Talk comes on at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday nights. Okay, I think we might be getting to the end of it so far. Alan Carpenter. Alan, how are you, my man? He is part of the Minnesota Beach Boys, and those guys are a hoot and a half, let me tell you. Him and Jimmy Kachiver, Nick Haas, glad to see you. They're a hoot. You got to go and check out their YouTube channel. You're gonna love it. So I think we about got everybody here. If I see anybody a little later, I will definitely try to recognize you because we are so glad that you're here. You're the reason why we do what we do. That and the Blue Spade Society. Now I think when we bring Teresa on, she's got something new she's sporting. that we want you to take a look at. And as most of you know, that I am the creator of the Blue Spade Society. The Blue Spade Society is very near and dear to me. And what that is, it is a whole group. We've got a Facebook group page for the Blue Spade Society. We have a YouTube channel for the Blue Spade Society. And what it is, it's for people with disabilities. And you don't have to be missing a limb or anything at all. Disabilities come in a great many forms. I mean, you may be saddled with, diabetes, for instance, or you get migraine headaches. They're disabling. They really are. And what this is all about, it's for veterans and people with disabilities, because some people, when they are afflicted with this kind of thing, they kind of shut down, and these tend to get depressed and this type of thing. And what the Blue Space Society does, we hope that it does, is it's a bunch of good people like you that join the Blue Space Society, maybe as a mentor. Maybe you can help somebody, somebody that doesn't know anything about various types of treasure hunting. And there are lots of different kinds of treasure hunting. There's magnet fishing, bottle digging, coin roll hunting, metal detecting, gold prospecting, dump digging, bottle digging. I mean, there's all kinds of, rock hounding. That's another one. It's a great, hunting arrowheads. That's all treasure hunting. Treasure is what you perceive it to be. And if you can help, or we can help, just affect one life, get them off the couch and out there into the world again. I mean, we've done our job. It's, that's what we're all about. So maybe you can help somebody with that. And we're evolving, and we're going to continue to evolve with our website when we get that up and running, where you can register by state you're in to help somebody and all that kind of stuff. And, it's really just a great opportunity, I think, for everybody. I know Teresa is very involved in the Blue Spade Society, are a number of other people. So we certainly appreciate that. And we would like for you to join us on Facebook if you are a Facebooker. To join the Blue Spade Society, and maybe you can be a mentor, or maybe you know somebody that's a caregiver, or whatever. Sometimes these people just need to talk. I mean, you think about this. Let's say it was an Iraq War veteran that came home, and he doesn't have his legs anymore. And he's in a wheelchair. Well, he may not be able to metal detect, but I guarantee you that he can wheel his wheelchair out on a bridge and throw a magnet over in the creek, and who knows what he's going to find. It's going to be fun. It's going to get him out. He's going to get in the fresh air. He's going to get a little exercise, and he's going to have some fun. He's going to meet some people. That's what it's all about. So I've just about rambled all I'm going to ramble for right now, I think, and we'll get this going. So I am going to bring in our co-host for the evening. Right now, Teresa Barr Williams, Teresa the Treasure Hunter. Hello, Miss Teresa.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Can you see me?
I can see you. Boy, I thank the Lord that I can see you, because you are good looking.
Thank you, sir.
Now, I alluded to, well, I didn't more allude to it. I just flat out said it. You're sporting something new.
I am.
So why don't you give people a gander Rooney?
Okay, let me show you what I've got. I got a new shirt. You see it?
Hey, yeah. See, the Blue Spade Society. What can I say, eh?
Yeah, it was a surprise. I got home to Wyoming from Texas, and it was one of the boxes I had here to open. So I was very, very excited about it.
Well, we was excited for you to wear it, because I want to tell you what, you are one good-looking chick.
Gosh, Jeff.
Just like I told her, I said, you know what? I said, you'd make a flour sack look good.
Thank you, sir.
All righty. Why don't you just go on and let's get on with our guest tonight, because people are anxious wanting to meet this person. And why don't
Okay.
you set him up and tell
Okay.
us about it, and we'll go on from there.
All right. I would love for everybody to welcome our guest. He is Shane, and he is the blind treasure hunter. He his YouTube thing and his TikTok thing is See It My Way One, and he is absolutely amazing. I'm just so glad to be his friend, and love watching his stuff because he does stuff that I'm scared to do. So y'all welcome Shane.
Hey, Shane, how are you,
Hey,
man?
hello
Good to see
everybody. Hi. Well, thanks Jeff and Teresa for having me on tonight. And congrats on your
you.
new T-shirt, Teresa.
Thank you. You're welcome. So glad you're here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we are. And everybody is really excited. I'll tell you, Shane, the airwaves, I've got a lot of different airwaves going on, with the, producing 2 live shows every week and Facebook groups and YouTube channels. It's been a buzz waiting for this show. They have been, their hair's been on fire.
That's cool.
So let's why don't we just go ahead and get into it? And Shane, if you would, why don't you introduce yourself to the world, because we are worldwide,
Okay.
and tell everybody a little bit about yourself, your family, and how you got into metal detecting, and just generalissimo stuff like that.
Okay. Well, hi everybody. My name is Shane. I'm 44 years old. I lost my eyesight from a congenital eye disease called retinitis pigmentosa, and it was a low on-site blindness. It was just a progressive blindness. It didn't happen all at once. So it's probably been about 10 or 12 years now since I've had usable vision. Uh,
Uh-oh.
What happened to him?
Uh-oh.
uh-oh,
There you go. You went
oh,
away.
Come
oh,
come back. Come back, Shane.
uh-oh.
You
Can you
know
still
that's
hear me?
funny. Come back, Shane.
Yeah, we're good now. It was a
Oh,
gremlin.
oh, I don't know what happened. I can
It
hear
was
you
probably
guys.
something out of one of Teresa's cricks.
I don't know. My what I'm looking at on the StreamYard is all mixed up.
Oh,
Can,
can you guys
can,
still see me?
I see
Yep,
you.
we're good.
Oh,
We're
oh,
good.
okay. All right,
Yeah.
what did Jins hear?
You were saying about what happened to you, about your how you became blind.
Oh, okay. I lost my eyesight from the congenital eye disease, retinitis pigmentosa. Um, and I'm not sure how far you guys heard me. uh, I haven't had usable vision for about 12 years now, and it was hard in the beginning. You know, you lose your eyesight. It's a big adjustment, and like Jeff says, when you come upon a disability, you do have a little depression. You're a little angry, and it's tough to deal with in the beginning, but I got through that, and now I'm keeping happy and enjoying what I like to do. And one of my biggest passions is metal detecting. And that is something that I feel good about because I can do it on my own. I don't need nobody's help. I just need help getting to a location, but I can just go out somewhere and dig up my own things and enjoy the finds I find. And it's good exercise. And I go everywhere metal detecting, land and water. I do rivers, streams, so I don't let anything hold me back as far as my eyesight for going in the water and land.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, that's awesome. I mean, that's
Hmm.
you know, and it's just that's something that another going back to the Blue Spade Society. That's why I really created it. Well, I'll just tell you the story, Shane, because you probably haven't heard this. How I created the Blue Spade Society. My friend Tim Naylor, the Mumbles Man, and I have a very good friend called, his name's John David. And John has disability. He's got a pacemaker, he's got severe lung disease, so he has a lot of trouble breathing. But he loves metal detecting, and he's really good at it as well. And he loves he loves the color blue. He just, he's gaga for blue. So he bought a blue car, and he got Steve's detector rods to make him a electric blue shaft for his Equinox.
Cool.
And he got a rollator he takes with him. If people don't know what a rollator is, it's kind of like a walker on wheels that he takes with him so he can go out and hunt. And it's blue, which we call Blue Thunder. So, we all painted our coils blue just to tease him. And then he texted me one day and he painted his spade blue.
Oh,
And
okay.
okay, this gives us an idea. So Tim and I, being, the evil twins that we are, we got together and said, we're just going to paint our spades blue. We're not going to tell him. And we had a little hunt set up. So we're standing there with our spades, and John turns around and he sees them, and his jaw hits the ground, and at that moment is where I created the Blue Spade Society, because in honor of John David, because he gets out there and he gets it done just like you get out there and you get it done. And that's the inspiration behind the Blue Spade Society.
That's a really cool story. I like that.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
He is a mess, John is. So keep telling us those stories, Shane.
So I've actually been metal detecting since 1996. And once I lost my eyesight, I had a White's DFX at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a detector. You pretty much have to see the screen to be able to use it. So I kind of got discouraged for a couple years, and I kind of gave up on it. And then I decided, I got to get back into it, and I ended up getting a Garrett AT Pro because the buttons on it were raised or tactile, so that was a machine I could use without being able to see it. So I just had to memorize the buttons, and I've just been going full force ever since then with metal detecting. And
now, where is it that you live, Shane?
I live in South Central Pennsylvania.
Okay. I know where Pennsylvania is, South Central. What's the biggest city near you?
Uh, Pittsburgh's probably 2 hours away from me.
Okay, yeah. Well, we've got another lady that is a big fan of the show and a good friend of the show, and she is in the Blue Spade Society, Adele Lampersky Rutherford, and she's got, the severe diabetes where she's got to wear the insulin pump all the time, and it doesn't deter her from going out and metal detecting. And she's right there in Pittsburgh, so you never know. Maybe one of these days y'all can hook up and do a little dig.
Yeah. I actually have a friend of mine, metal detecting with Randy. I think he's in the chat, and
I think he is.
he lives in West Virginia, so he's about an hour and a half from me. So he'll actually come and hunt with me. And we'll get together, and we actually went to treasure hunting with Swifties event down in Virginia.
Uh-huh.
So,
Did Swifty give you guys cupcakes?
No.
Well, that's well,
So through YouTube, I've met a lot of people. I've made a lot of great friends through YouTube. Met a lot of really cool people, and that's one thing I like about the metal detecting community. Everybody supports each other. Everybody's super friendly.
I agree.
The metal detecting community is awesome. So I'm happy to made some friendships through YouTube.
Me too.
Yeah.
And you make some killer YouTube videos.
Yes, you do.
Oh, thank you.
Tiffany asked a while ago about Shane's channel, and she said, "Is it See It My Way?" And I wanted to let you know it's See It My Way 1. It has the number 1. Is that correct, Shane?
Yes. Yep.
Yep. It's See It My Way 1.
Y'all need to get over there and subscribe to it.
Yeah. He has
like
TikTok.
And share it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, TikTok too.
I like TikTok.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things, Shane, that I've seen of yours was you kayaking down some rapids.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, man, he's inspiring. I'd be scared to do that, and I can see.
I don't do that by myself. I actually have friends actually go with me, and they'll yell out commands as we're going. Left,
Yeah.
right, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
That's
So
awesome though. The fact that
yeah,
you do it is you're so brave
yeah,
and it's cool.
That is that it's inspiring. It's just inspiring. Because a lot of people, Shane, excuse me, having lost their eyesight, they say, well, I can't do anything anymore. And there you are, you're proving them wrong. Show, yeah, I can do it, and I'm
yeah.
going to do it. You know, and I think it's wonderful myself.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
It's
Yeah.
amazing the things you find in the water metal detecting, because
Oh yeah,
there's cool stuff in the water you don't realize is there.
That's where I found my favorite find was
and
in the
what was
water in Pennsylvania, very, very close to you, Shane. I
Oh,
was
okay,
in Berks County, Pennsylvania, and I found
okay.
a 1700s colonial shoe buckle. I was
Wow.
hunting with Charlie, that's the heritage relic hunter, and it was just sitting there in the water waiting for me.
Yeah,
Yeah. So when I come back, I'm gonna hunt for you too. I'm gonna come
yeah.
find
Maybe.
you, and maybe
Yeah.
we can go
Meet
digging
up somewhere.
together.
Yeah,
Yep.
Heck
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you ever come to Florida, we'll get you out on the beaches.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Have
I
you
I
ever?
found. Oh, yeah. I've gone to the beaches before.
Yeah.
It's
Well, we'll
it's
get you in the
so.
water
Oh yeah, that'd be definitely fun.
and on the Gulfs because most of the time on the Gulf, the water is calm enough where you don't have to worry about getting, you know, pounded by a wave.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Atlantic coast, yeah, you don't get to hunt in the water that much without getting pounded. In the Gulf, we have our days that it's rough, but for the most part, we can get out there and it's nice and calm. And in the summertime, it's 95-degree water, so it's just a good day.
And I had some success in the rivers this year. I found almost 100 fishing lures. uh, I found a large scent in the water this past
Really,
summer. I found my first silver coins in the water this past summer.
What
Musket ball.
water? What water are you talking about?
It's called Juniata River,
Okay.
and flat. I found some flat buttons, musket balls. It's just a lot of fun being in the water. It's a lot of work, but makes for long days.
hmm fun days.
Yeah.
Fun days. And of course, you're using your AT Pro. Um, if you're in the freshwater, it works really good in the freshwater. Unfortunately, the AT Pro is not real great in salt water on the salt sand, but
Yeah.
for I think it's probably the perfect detector for where you generally do most of your hunting.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a very good detector made by a great company. Garrett is one of the. There's only two really. Well, there's three actually now. Three um, American companies that make metal detectors, and Fisher being the oldest one. Garrett then comes in, and then now Tarsace. It's based in California and made all in the USA. So um, that's something to be said for Garrett detectors.
I had
I like mine. I like my Garrett. I have a Knox also, but I I tend to go back to that Garrett.
I've been using the Garrett since 2012, and my first detector I got in 1996 was I actually bought it at Radio Shack, and I think they were made by Bounty Hunter, but they had the Radio Shack name on them.
Probably.
And then, heck, and then they didn't. I don't think they had pinpointers back then. I didn't get my first pinpointer till 2000.
Oh,
So
you
I
got
got
to have that.
yeah. So it was 4 years.
That
I didn't have a pinpointer. So once I got
that
one, that was a game changer.
it's. I was fixing to say that makes a big difference, doesn't it?
You know,
That does. Yeah, I think you're probably right, Shane. I don't really think they were out much before that time. If they were probably so expensive, most people didn't have them,
no.
you know?
And actually, I think it came with my White's DFX when I got it. I think I got it
Hmm.
right around 2000.
I had my first metal detector was a White's, and it came with a pinpointer, but it looked like a walkie-talkie. It was
The-
kind of a rectangle that had a long
Oh, it was probably the
antenna.
bullseye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
The
what it
bullseye.
was. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And
The original bullseye.
it was, I mean, it was good. I had no
Yeah.
idea what I was doing. But when I got the Garrett carrot, it made a big difference.
Well, yeah, the Garrett really kind of set the standard for
Yep.
the pinpointer, I think.
Yep.
Uh, but
And when I
yeah,
started in when I started in '96, my first big find that got me super hooked was I found a 1917 Standing Liberty quarter in my parents' yard, and from that
Wow.
moment on, I've been just super hooked.
What machine was that with?
That was with the Radio Shack machine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Shane, you found a lot of stuff with that. People discount those type of things, but I tell you, for somebody that's just wanting to get into it and you're not sure if they're going to like it, you can find a lot of stuff. You can have the most expensive detector in the world where you don't get the coil over the target and you're not going to find it.
Yep,
True.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
That's just the way it is.
and over the years, most coins aren't super deep. You might get you might get a few hit 8 or 9 inches, but most of the old coins you find aren't horribly deep.
Shane, Tiffany and Ronnie, Pacific Northwest, they wanted to know what's your favorite thing that you found.
Oh, I found a Bombardier's pin. It's a sterling silver Bombardier's pin. It has like wings on it, and there's a bomb in the middle. It was from World War II. That's probably my favorite thing I've found.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
That's
You
some
would
cool
think that
stuff.
you would find colonial stuff and
yeah, I find
yeah,
that, but that's not my favorite. Like just
yeah.
that military piece. That was somebody's at one time, and
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
it's a true piece of history. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
If,
sometimes down
hmm
here on the beaches, up here, I live in North Florida. So a lot of the beaches around here, over on the Gulf side, were used to train in World War II.
oh
The
wow,
pilots and the people, the soldiers and stuff when they had to hit the beach and out of the landing craft and all that kind of stuff. So from time to time, we find, the big 50 caliber bullet shells and a little bit of stuff here and there about that. So it's very interesting
that
indeed.
is. So Larry, he's Sodbuster's metal detecting. He said he found a silver jump wing that was World War II. Is
oh
that
wow.
is that the
Pretty cool.
sort of the same thing?
Yeah, I think
He's in Idaho.
yes. This each I don't know much about the military, but each unit had a different pin, like the bombardiers or the parachute
Mhm.
guys, or
Yeah. It
Wow.
just
but
like what do you call them? The Rangers had their own patch and pins
yeah,
and stuff like that. That's the military. Every
yep,
division has got something different. Their own identification for the part that they do, and that's just all the better because that just makes more stuff for you to find, don't it, Shane?
yeah. And I also
Yeah.
found a medal of valor from the military. It was just a round piece that must have hung down from the ribbon. I also
Mm-hmm.
found one of those.
Wow.
Well, that's got to be one of your coolest finds, right there, I would think.
So
Uh,
were you hunting like in a field or what?
I was in my
Where
parents' yard when I found that.
in the yard? So your
Yeah,
parents, do they live? Evidently, they live somewhere that their house is built on somewhere that was
yeah, where their house was built
historical.
in the '40s, before their house was there was parades in the town.
Oh
Okay.
wow,
So
that's
the only
cool.
thing I can think of is that's where people must have lined up for parades or something. That's the only thing I can think of.
Lots of activity that with that kind of
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
yeah, because
Now, Shane, I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, I didn't get a Medal of Valor. I was on a aircraft carrier, so I was sitting there. I was an air traffic controller. But do they put the recipient's name on those?
you know what? I haven't looked. Well, I mean, I haven't looked at it in so long, but I haven't had it out in so long. I should just get it out and get my wife to do a little more
You
research on it.
you haven't looked at it?
Yeah,
That's funny.
because that's probably it was over 20 years ago when I found that.
I mean, I just wondered, if obviously that person is probably, it was from World War II, I'm sure, wasn't it?
I would guess so because it was pretty worn. It was in the ground for a long time.
Well, they're probably dead, but just letting their family know that you had the medal and stuff. That'd be kind of cool to meet them.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
absolutely. I
yeah,
also
that'd be
found
really.
I found a compact. This was this past summer, and it had a note in it. It was like a little kid drew something, like drew a little picture on it, and then it had that person's name on it. And I was able to research that person, and unfortunately, they died in 1988. But
Hmm.
so
That's
it was probably
cool.
from the 30s or 40s that somebody lost that compact.
It's
I
cool
want
that
to
you.
a note from the lady that lost the compact. It was probably a note from her son or
Yeah,
daughter.
yep,
That she kept with her. That's the kind of stuff I love to find.
yeah. It's really neat.
That is really cool. And like you said, Shane, you hold it, and then you automatically you start thinking about the last person that held that.
Yep.
Mhm.
You know? Well, we lost Teresa. She had a fallout.
Uh oh.
Oh,
Hello, Teresa.
are you
We had
there?
a fallout.
But when I first started metal
Can
detecting,
anybody see me?
oh,
Yeah, we see you. Okay, without any more pratfalls, okay, tell us some more.
when I first started metal detecting, I was really all about finding coins and just really finding
I
coins. I
can't hear
wasn't.
anybody.
Uh oh.
Did you get mute? Did you mute yourself?
Can you see me?
We can see you. Can
I
you
can't
hear us?
hear
No.
you.
Okay, why don't we do this? I'm
She
gonna
must have.
kick you out and come back in. Did you hear me?
Sorry.
She can't hear anybody.
She must
Okay,
have
let's
bumped the
try
mute button.
this. Let's try this. Okay, how about now, Teresa?
The sound is gone.
Okay, I'm gonna boot you,
My iPad just fell.
and then she'll join again. I'll send her a message to join again, and hopefully it will fix it up. Go on with your story, Shane, please.
So originally, when I started hunting, I was really more interested in finding coins. But then as the years went on, I like finding the more like the relics and the more historical stuff.
Yeah, I
And
think most people when they first start detecting the coins,
you know,
because it's money, they're finding something, and then as they progress and get a little, let's see if she's unmuted now.
Can you hear
Can
me?
you? Yes, we can hear you.
I don't know what happened. My iPad just slid off the
Yeah, you
table.
probably touched the mute button,
I'm
but
so sorry. I'm sorry,
no worries.
Shane.
that's all right.
What a goofball.
It happens in the best of families, Teresa.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
so Shane was telling us about when he first started, how he liked the coins, and now he's progressed. It goes in stages, doesn't it, Shane? The uh,
Yeah.
the interest of the things you find, you kind of go from coins and you find something really cool, and you kind of gravitate that way, and then you find something else and gravitate another way.
One of my favorite things to find. I grew up in a coal mining town, so they had what was called mining tickets. It's how they got paid. It's how
Hmm.
they would hang it on coal carts after they loaded a cart of coal. They would hang this little chip on there. That's how they
Yeah,
got paid at the end of the day by how much they loaded. It also kept track of the miners in the mine, who was down in the mine and who came out. And
16 tons, and what do you get?
Yeah.
Another day older, deeper
And
in debt.
I have found quite a few of those, and they have numbers on them.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I talked to a gentleman in my town. He's almost 100 years old, and he worked in the coal mines. And he said, unfortunately, you'll never be able to track that number to a person because so many different people use the number, and it would be hard just to find records where they kept for those numbers because that went back all the way back in 1909 is when they started the coal mines,
Mm-hmm.
and they quit using those chips in the 40s whenever everything became mechanical.
Mm-hmm.
So, so he said it'd be pretty hard to track that person back to the ticket.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what they did back then too. They had the company store, so they got paid in those by the how much they loaded, and they got credit at the company store, and that's why that old song, "16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt."
Yep, yep. That's
And
exactly how it worked in my hometown.
yeah,
Everything on the store was by credit, mine
yep,
credit, and
at exorbitant prices.
Do
yeah.
you still live there, Shane? Near
I,
in the coal mining town?
no, no, I live about an hour away from my hometown now.
Yeah.
Well, that's something. The guy being 100 years old, coming from the coal mines, normally they don't make it that long without severe lung issues and
You're
stuff.
right. You're
Yeah,
right. The underground mines were really, really
Yeah,
harsh.
yeah,
yeah.
they didn't have respirators back then.
Yeah,
Well, see,
very
when
different.
where I grew up in Illinois, in central Illinois, and there was a lot of coal mining that went on there. You know, and they formed a whole bunch of lakes and stuff like that. So that's where we used to go fishing, was
Yep,
in the lakes from the coal mines. And
and we
we
called
find
them.
these whole mining towns, and that were no longer there, but we used to find all kinds of stuff. We didn't even have metal detectors. We were just kids.
Yeah,
You know.
we called them mining dams because they were everywhere. That's where everybody fished, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
They said don't eat the fish when you catch them because it
The
was a
mining,
runoff.
my husband is in the mining industry, and the mining is better now, as far as the mercury and the black lung thing and the sulfur and all that, especially the surface mining. But it's better. It's a lot better than it used to be.
Yeah, I can remember the
Well,
cricks
they've
had
got
sulfur in
better
them.
Yeah.
respirators and that kind of stuff, and their safety practices are much better. So, but that was a period in time in our history that's the way it was. That was as good as it got at that time. And I promise you that those people, and you probably, that guy that you talked to, he was probably glad he had that job, wasn't he?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
And
they're good good
he
jobs.
he
Yeah.
had a couple of old. He had a bar years ago, and he had a couple. I think they're called carbide lanterns. It was like some kind of powder, and you added water to it, and it would create a fume, and you'd light the lantern that way.
Yeah, I remember hearing something about that. Wouldn't you love to find one of those, purchase
Oh, that
one of
would be
those?
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, just think if you could go down in those mines. Most of them are shut down now, and I don't know
yeah,
if they've collapsed or not. But go down in there. Think of what you could find down there.
yeah.
You know, that
That would
might
be
be
neat.
cool.
Yeah. Very cool. I would love to go to a gold mine.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So Shane, do you have like a white whale or something that you really are wanting to find?
I have never found a seeded coin.
Okay.
25 years, I've never found a seed. I found a real and like large cents and state coppers, but
The
that's it.
real is my thing. I really want to find a real.
And I have never found a seeded coin.
Have you ever found a gold coin?
No, no, never found a gold coin either.
That's everybody's white whale, just
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm having to hold my iPad
Now
up.
we don't want no, more, uh, you know.
Actually, what really got me interested in metal detecting, my dad and grandfather used to go in the 70s and 80s. So once once I graduated high school and I started working, I bought myself a metal detector, and But my dad actually found a gold coin.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Well,
Yeah,
back then
That's
there weren't that many people doing it. Did he have an old Garrett machine?
he had an old whites. He still has it. It's like it's all metal. Pretty much everything on it's metal.
Uh-huh.
It weighs a ton.
I still have my whites, my first
Yeah,
machine. Yeah, that's cool.
it has no cuff on it, just a little handle to hold on to and swing back and forth.
They've come a long ways, haven't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like he said back then, I mean, he said it was nothing to go out and find silver 50-cent pieces and silver quarters, and he said lots of mercury dimes. You'd find lots of mercury dimes. And,
Yeah. Well, people used to bury it.
yeah.
Um,
Oh man.
my great grandfather was he was a blacksmith, and he didn't like the banks.
Oh,
So, on his property, which is, it's been long gone for many, 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 many years. He had, the tobacco tins. He was a pipe smoker, the big tobacco cans.
oh,
He
okay,
had
yeah.
them with, people would pay him in, silver. He put it in the can and he buried it. He didn't like the banks, you know?
I would love to find. I think PA Relic Hunters just found a jar of coins.
Oh, really? That'd be
Yeah, I think.
cool.
Yeah,
I think that would be so cool to dig up somebody's buried stuff in their barn or behind their barn or whatever
yeah,
that's like a coffee can full of their money. I think
that
that
would.
would be so awesome.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Most,
or a time capsule. That'd be
yeah.
fun. Yeah,
well,
that'd be
Some.
very cool.
when kids used to get the little metal boxes and put all their goodies in it, their old personal trinkets and that kind of stuff. And they bury them too, you know. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
I
one thing.
buried stuff when I was a kid and I forgot about them.
I watch a lot of videos and people skip over like big pieces of. Oh, it's just a big piece of iron, but hey, that could be a metal box or a coffee can, or
Yeah,
That's
you just never know.
you're
that's
right.
right. That's one
Yeah.
thing that, when you go to England and detect, that's one thing you learn real quick. You dig it all
Yeah,
because you don't know what's under.
I want to
Yes,
go to England.
yeah, me too.
Let's go, Shane.
Yeah, I would love to go over there and do
Me
some
too.
detecting.
Me too. I'm gonna try to figure out how to do it.
Well,
I
I
don't.
tell you what, just join History Hunt Club,
Okay,
and Sal puts on hunts over there,
cool.
and that's when you go there with him, you go to hunt. You don't go to sightsee, you go to hunt.
I would do
7 in
that.
the morning till dark.
I would do that. I would love that.
Yep, me
Charlie
too.
Harley. Charlie Harley knows that. I wore him out. I was like, I never stopped. Yeah. So Shane, being blind, can you see anything like any kind of light or anything like that?
I can see a little bit of light. Like if it's sunny out and I look up, I can see a little bit of light. And
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe if I look straight at the lights on in the house, I can see. But that's pretty much it. It's.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're
I know you.
doing so awesome. I'm just so inspired by you. Do you have like a special kind of app or something like I know I've texted you and you text me back, so you're able to read my text. So how do you do that?
On iPhones, I think Androids have them also. There's it's a built-in accessibility app for the blind. Has
Mhm.
voiceover. Your phone pretty much just talks to you. Just everything that's on the screen, it'll talk to you. And uh, the gestures are a little different than what you use, but everything talks to me, so I know what everything. Sometimes it'll describe pictures too.
That's cool. So like I use lots of emojis. So I use exclamation points a lot. So does it say that? Does it say way to go, Shane, exclamation point?
Well, I noticed you use the double red exclamation point
I
icon or
do. I
emoji.
do.
So yep, yep,
Yeah. That's
yep,
pretty neat.
yep. So
That's so exciting that that's available for you to be able
yeah,
to see that, hear that.
yeah. Technology's come a long way for the blind community. So
Yeah. You're an inspiration.
Oh, thank
He
you.
is indeed. So, Shane, I've got a couple questions here. I know you're married. Your wife's name is Amy.
Yep.
And how has, were y'all married when you lost your eyesight?
Yes. Yep.
And so it's not only affected you, it's affected her as well.
Oh yeah. I was a little grumpy in the beginning.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah.
see, she can get revenge now because if she gets
Yeah.
mad at you, she'll just move a piece of furniture and
Yeah.
whack you out.
Yep.
You know, she ain't gonna tell you.
that wouldn't be nice.
And Amy, I know you've thought about it, so I'm not giving you any ideas. But everybody here would like to do a round of applause for Amy
Yes,
because it takes a
yes.
special kind of person
Yes,
I would
she
do
would
that, but
appreciate.
to stand by your side.
if I
She
let
would
go of my
appreciate that.
iPad to
She's
clap, it would
amazing.
fall.
She took it perfectly. She didn't have any problems with it. She
Oh,
stood by me the whole time and
that's
supported
awesome.
me all the way. And
Yeah,
Now,
I couldn't ask for a better wife.
did
that's
she help you
awesome.
with your videos on for YouTube?
What's that?
Did she help you with your videos for YouTube?
Um, in the beginning, she did all the editing, some of the videoing, but now I pretty much do it all. I do the recording. Sometimes it doesn't
Hmm.
turn out good, and I also do all my editing, my own editing.
How
But
can you do that?
I use an app on my phone called iMovie.
Yeah, I do
So
too.
Yeah.
I just had to learn pretty much. Just it took me a long time to learn it, but I just learned how to use it, and my
Yeah,
wife helped me out. And
yeah. Everybody watching, y'all need to go check out Shane's stuff and keep that in mind that he's blind and he's editing his own stuff. It's just incredible to me.
Yeah. And 'cause I noticed in some of your videos that somebody's, you're asking them how the camera is positioned sometimes. And I thought maybe that was Amy that was out with you or something.
um, no, she never meddled with text with me. I tried to get her lots of times, but she has no interest in it. I wish she did,
Yeah,
but
my husband's not interested either.
but like when I'm with like metal detecting with Randy, I'll say, hey, you want to help me make sure it's in the video, so he'll help me if he's with me. So
Hmm.
That's awesome. He's awesome too.
yeah, Randy, you're still here. Thank you so much, buddy. You're a good friend. Thank you so much for
Aw.
all the
Yeah,
help you've given me.
I watched one of his videos this afternoon. He's very good. I'm kind of reaching out to him because I wouldn't mind having him on the show.
Yeah, he's a really good guy.
So, Randy, if you're watching, get up with me. treasuretalkshow@gmail.com.
And he's a
Yeah,
fairly new detectorist too. He hasn't been at it very long, and he's finding some cool stuff. And
Yeah, he is. He is. And trust me, Shane, when you do your YouTube videos and the camera's not pointed right at the target, trust me, about 80% of them are not most of the
oh
time. Getting that camera just right is a nightmare
yeah,
sometimes.
you do good though.
If you're doing
I,
oh
live
thank you.
live gigs and that kind of
yeah.
stuff. So,
So
um,
Shane, is there something that you, other than the kayaking, things that you do that would surprise everybody? That I mean, like,
I fish.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
You've been.
actually
Go ahead.
this kind of shocks everybody, but I cut the grass the best I can here at our house.
Wow.
I do like the stuff like going around the house or mowed around the creek and stuff, just the edging kind of stuff. But my wife does the ride mowing, so
hmm Well, but
Cool.
that's something. That's something right there. You
It's
know,
amazing.
you
It
know,
is.
it
Have you
is.
yeah.
have you done snow skiing?
No, I told my wife I do want to try it because
Yeah, yeah.
they do. We have a ski club or whatever, a ski resort. That's only about 7 miles away from me, and they do have a program for the blind. So I'd like to give that a try and see if I can do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Why not?
I used to snow ski a lot. I don't do so much anymore because I'm getting old. But I see a lot of people that are blind or handicapped in some way on the slopes.
Yeah.
It's just amazing to me. So,
I don't
go ahead.
I don't know how you know how to stop, but
Yeah, I don't either.
Look for that tree. The tree stopped.
yeah.
Yeah.
That would be me. The tree would stop me. Now, I just saw something in the chat from Tiffany or Ronnie, one of the two,
I
at
saw that
Pacific
too.
Northwest Dirt Fishing, that about something about you hitting baseballs.
Oh yeah, I did. I went to a batting cage and I tried to hit a baseball at a batting cage. I nipped a couple. That was about it. I didn't actually hit one full on.
Well, you didn't get hit full on, did
How do
you?
you know? Did somebody tell you when to swing?
No, what I did was I was listening to somebody else do it, and I can hear the when the ball would fling out of the machine, and when somebody was actually hitting the ball. So that's
You
how I
could,
got the timing down.
right?
So then,
Wow.
yeah, so I jumped in there and I kind of tried to get the timing down. I got close, but
That's amazing.
yeah.
It
I
is indeed.
also uh, these are also some of my videos that's I tried to catch footballs. I did catch a couple. I got my stepson to throw like a Nerf football, a whistling Nerf football at me, see if I could catch footballs.
So are your senses like your hearing is a whole lot better than
Yeah, oh yeah.
mine? Mine is bad anyway, but
I
so
tried tennis too. I tried
you are so amazing. That's
tennis
so
was pretty
cool.
hard. I didn't have much success at that.
Well, it kind of moves real
Yeah, the
fast.
ball comes
Yeah,
at you pretty
And,
fast. You just
you
have to
know,
just swing and hope you hit it. Hope
yeah.
it lands at the right place. Yeah, that'd be hard.
Yep.
Yeah,
there's going to
way
be certain
cool.
things, but yeah, I mean, you're doing quite a bit and you're having fun and you're having a good time and you're living your life. And that is the
You
most
are.
important thing.
You are.
A
You
lot
know,
of
So go ahead.
well, a lot of people aren't too happy about the one video I did. I actually was using a chainsaw to cut some trees in my yard.
well, they were probably more worried that you were going to chainsaw your. You see, that's why I don't. I got rid of the chainsaw because I would chainsaw myself.
I'd be
Mm.
scared too. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's
Oh,
just, any project I do, it's never a success unless there's blood, and there's always blood, and it's always mine.
yeah.
So,
Some friends of
you
mine,
know,
they took me to axe throwing range too.
oh, that would
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah, I was visiting my buddy, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna try something different." I'm like, "Where are we going?" He's like, "It's gonna be a surprise." So we got there. I'm like, axe throwing?" He's like, "Yeah, you'll be able to do it. Don't worry about it." So I was
Yeah,
like,
you
"Ah,
probably could.
yeah." So his
Yeah,
wife recorded some videos, and I made a little YouTube video out of it. I
That's
well,
actually
that's
got a
good.
amazing.
I actually got a couple bullseyes.
Well, that is really, really good.
I can't do it and I can see.
Yeah. Well, we've almost reached the end of our time here tonight, Shane, and I just can't thank you enough.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you
thank you
guys
so
for having
Coming
me on.
much.
out and sharing, and I mean, you shared it all. A lot of people with
Yeah.
a disability are kind of reticent about sharing, and you stepped up and you shared it with everybody. And I certainly hope that everybody in the chat and everybody that was watching is inspired in some way.
Oh, I know they are.
That's one
You
of the
like
reasons I started my YouTube channel. Is I just wanted to show anybody with a disability just go out and enjoy life and be happy because you
that's
can
it.
do it. You can go out and be happy and enjoy life.
Yeah. So
That is
Shane,
it.
tell us that on your videos and your TikToks and stuff. What is it that you usually say?
I end my videos. I always say keep happy because it's super
Keep.
important. Because I think happiness is the key to life. It's not money. I think it's happiness. If
Hmm.
you're happy, you're enjoying life, and
Yeah. Keep happy.
And
He says
something
that.
different makes everybody happy, and that's the way it should be. It doesn't
yep,
take that much sometimes.
Yeah.
yep.
So, well, folks, it's about time for us to say goodbye. Shane, I guess, like I said, I can't thank you enough. Teresa, thank you for being the bright spot.
You're
You and
welcome.
Shane were the bright spot for this evening, and I think everybody really enjoyed.
I hope so.
the show. At least I hope they did. And if they didn't, it was their own fault because they could have learned something tonight.
They need to keep happy.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
Don't worry,
absolutely.
be happy. That's the
Yeah.
Keep
way it is.
happy.
So we're
Yeah.
going to say goodnight. And
Okay.
Shane, we're going to get you back and at a future date. And
Okay.
just keep on keeping on, swinging that coil and finding that treasure.
Yeah, you're
So,
amazing, Shay.
Oh,
yeah,
thank you
he
both
is
so much.
definitely. And people out there, you always need to remember this treasure stories. There's a million of them out there. Every one of them is different. Every one of them is
Hmm.
unique. And
Yep.
every one of them is important. And
Yeah.
we want to hear yours on Treasure Tales. So get up with us and let's get you on Treasure Tales so we can introduce you to the world and let them hear your story.
Yeah.
So with that being said, Teresa, thanks, honey. I love you. Shane,
You're
thank
welcome.
you.
Thank
I
you, Jeff.
appreciate you. And we are going to say goodnight. So happy hunting and dig deeper, people.
Keep
Take care.
happy.
Yep, keep
Be
happy.
happy.